Hello and welcome to NNTV. It is a bright and early Monday morning, December 23rd. I'm Ben Shepard.
And I'm Kayla Tongle.
And you're watching Newman News at 9. We start this morning's broadcast with an introduction to the hot new Christmas app that is sweeping the nation. The brand new Christmas app, Fatter, has taken this holiday season by storm. Whether you're a parent tracking Santa's arrival or a little tot awaiting your Primus package, Fatter is for you. Fatter has developed its own patented global positioning technology in order to keep tabs on everything Christmas.
With Fatter, you can submit your wish list directly to the big man himself, vote on polls around the world, get paired with a secret Santa maybe, and count down the days till Christmas. And for the sports fans out there, you can get live highlights and commentary of the 2019 Reindeer games. With over 200 million downloads within the month, Fatter has quickly risen to the top on the App Store and taken its rightful place on cell phones around the globe.
Wow, it's incredible how quickly Fatter blew up.
Yeah, it really just came out of nowhere, and I'm surprised whoever came up with the idea, and they're probably making a lot of money.
I bet.
In other news, it seems as if the equator has been flipped, resulting in devastating effects near Santa's workshop. Here's Jacob with more on the weather.
Christmas greetings, I'm Jacob Johnston. The North Pole is in great danger due to a sudden change in the weather. The equator's flipped. Santa's beloved home has begun to melt due to this odd and sudden change. The residents of the South and North Pole are burning up. The polar ice caps may have experienced irreversible damage as their habitat is now under great danger. And this drastic change in our climate was discovered early this morning when Frosty posted from his Twitter account saying, "I'm not feeling too well." Today, December 23rd, 2019's forecast is as follows. Sunny with a high of 85 degrees and a low of 73 degrees. There is a 0% change of precipitation with a wind velocity of 2 miles per hour. There will be 60% humidity in the air. It's going to be a very warm Christmas if the hemisphere doesn't realign correctly. I'm Jacob Johnston, and that was your weather forecast.
In other news, the world stock market is on a steady decline, and it may be due to the new app on the market this Christmas, Fatter. Let's hear from Leon with World News.
Hello, my name is Leo Camo, your World News reporter. The rise of e-commerce outlets like Primus has made it harder for traditional retailers to attract customers. This is forcing companies to close their doors. Fatter, giving the Christmas shoppers the freedom to buy anything with the click of a button. The rise of the way we exchange gifts forever, Primus is affecting the fourth quarter projections from companies all over the world. Hopefully, the trillions of dollars of Christmas industry generally will trickle down to the brick and mortar stores and even out their economy. Voting for the Christmas tree lighting location has begun. Voters are to download the Fatter app and cast a vote for their favorite city in the world. It's easier than ever to vote for the Fatter app. Complies all the voters digitally if you wish to light the tree in London or Belgium. Your pick may be the United States should have the Fatter app during the 2016 presidential election. That's all from me, Leon.
Our field reporter Aiden Dunlap has traveled to the North Pole to find out why Santa's most reliable helpers have gone on strike. Sources say working conditions are the worst they've ever been this Christmas. Long hours, scorching working environment, and faulty tools. Aiden Dunlap finds out what led the elves to these courses of action.
Good morning to all and to all a good day. I'm Aiden Dunlap here diving into the riot started by our once helpful and cheerful helpers, the elves. After the phenomenon that happened in the North Pole, many things have become problems in the eyes of the elves. I've read signs that say if the AC doesn't work, neither will I. 72 degrees is 72 degrees too hot. And the flood fried all of our technology. Fix it, Santa. Shocking.
Look, I warned the dude. I told Santa about all these problems prior to Christmas, and he didn't do anything about it. So, I'm starting to riot. Santa, you better watch out. You better not cry. We'll tell you why. Elves are coming to town.
Then we got a response by the man himself, Santa Claus.
It's warm, we don't have air conditioners, we need to go to Wally World and pick up some air conditioners on our way back to the North Pole because it's just a mess. It's a wet, sloppy mess. And the elves are just standing around and carrying their little picket signs and saying on strike. And so I've got to get back up to the North Pole and deal with that.
I'm Aiden Dunlap, wrapping up and signing off.
Guess what green creature had a mouthful of not-so-cheery words to say about Santa and is trending #1 on iTunes? The Grinch. He's released a diss track this holiday season. Here's Cole, that story, and more with entertainment news.
The rivalry between the Grinch and Old Saint Nick has lasted for ages, and for all things good and pure, Santa has always come out on top. But not this time. The Grinch has dropped a diss track, and it gets very personal. Here's a snippet from the holiday soundtrack. To hear the entire collection, go on over to the Fatter app and download the diss track.
Say bye-bye. You think I'm kinda salty? Wait till I get done. Me and Fake Blader are gonna end your fun. Send you to the blast zone. Gonna make you flinch. It's time to stop the YouTuber who serves up all our cringe.
The paparazzi has permanently parked outside Santa's workshop, and the elves remain on strike. The North Pole is melting, and a slew of other events have taken occur. The public wants answers. Hopefully, Santa releases a statement very soon. On the latest episode of Tropic Christmas Edition, Santa, Frosty, and the Grinch all had an intense and delicious face-off. So much that Frosty nose fell into his famous chicken noodle soup. And the good thing that happened because Frosty came out as a winner. Now Frosty has no nose for his comedy tour. Let's get into this comedy actor with our next story. With the ice cap melting, I am sad to announce that this week is Frosty's last comedy show. Snow is melting all over the world, and so is Frosty. Check out his last show at the Comedy Store downtown. Tickets are now on sale through the Fatter app. And this is Cole, and I'll catch you guys next week.
Eating millions of cookies for thousands of years has taken its toll on Santa's health. Santa has been recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Luke Johnson, PhD in health science, has a healthy alternative for a cookie recipe.
Thank you, Kayla. As we all know, Santa's been eating cookies and milk for decades, but what we didn't know is how all those cookies were slowly killing Santa. Looking at the statistics, eating billions of cookies every year will give you diabetes. If we continue to give Santa all these cookies, he will die. But there is a remedy. Using a diabetic recipe to bake Santa's treats, this is the recipe that will help save Santa. It's a little bit of sugar and a little bit of spice and a lot of everything nice. Back to you, Kayla.
I had a chance to sit down with Santa Claus and discuss the troubling circumstances that seem to keep piling up this winter. His solution? Coming up. Mr. Claus, thank you for joining with us today. Could you give us some insight on your recent lawsuit against Primus?
Primus is trying to put us out of business. I do all the deliveries of toys every Christmas Eve all over the world, and they're delivering things without our permission to do it. They're just putting me out of business.
So, the public has recently found out about your ongoing battle with diabetes. How concerning is this diagnosis, and how do you plan to cope with it moving forward?
For the past 2,000 years, it has been a concern to me that it was going to be a progressive kind of thing. I knew at the outset that we were looking down the path of a very slippery slope. What I'm really doing my best to do at this point is to enlist any and all support that I could possibly muster from anyone who would be willing to come up with some diabetic recipes for cookies that you're going to put out. If we could just maybe go think about outside the box with the skim milk, it would really be helpful. I mean, look at him.
So, Mr. Claus, there have been reports that your employees are on strike. Can you either confirm or deny these allegations?
I've been in Texas for a little bit, but I just had a phone call from the elves, and that's what they're doing. They're on strike. There's not enough distribution of our product every year that we've been doing for the last 2,000 years. This other company has come in and started delivering toys instead of waiting for me to do it. The ice cap is melting. We've got water everywhere.
If you think it's not global warming, I don't know what else to call it. It's just a mess.
Invitations have been sent out and the preparations have begun. The world's largest birthday party is December 25th, and we are about to celebrate with millions of presents and lots of holiday cheer. This epic event will be arranged by the 3 Wise Men, the 12 Disciples, and Kanye West. And of course, Kanye will make JC's birthday party a worldwide live concert. You can view in the Fatter app. Partygoers are being asked to bring plenty of water, loaves of bread, and fresh fish. The birthday boy has promised to dance on water from the above-ground pool that has been specially ordered. Make sure to RSVP online through the Fatter app. Coming next, the infamous red-nosed reindeer has ran into some trouble involving this year's reindeer games. Julian Digsby has that story and more with sports.
The up-and-coming reindeer, Rudolph, has ran into a major roadblock in his sports career after being caught with performance-enhancing drugs. I had the opportunity to speak with Reindeer Games coordinator, Coach De La Cruz, and here's what he has to say on the matter.
So I definitely believe in second chances. I think that Rudolph deserves to get punished because this league has a zero tolerance policy for any type of substance abuse. It doesn't matter if you have a red nose or not. But I'm definitely pushing for a 1-year suspension. But I know that everybody else is trying to get Rudolph suspended, for the rest of the time. When a kid makes a mistake, he gets coal in his stocking once, not for the rest of his life. So we're definitely going to push for that 1-year suspension.
In local sports, the North Pole High Elves have pulled the upset victory against the South Pole High Elves. This is the first win the North Pole Elves have received since 1898, the same year football was created. This has been Julian Digby, and I'll catch you next time. Sports.
Breaking news. We have received information about the new app, Fatter. Despite sweeping the nation, there are reports that the app has been a part of a larger plan to ruin Christmas.
Reports have never been delivered. Primus orders have been tied to Fatter. If you're paired with the Secret Santa, sadly, there will be a chance that you're paired with a bot in a scheme to pile presents without you receiving them.
If you submitted a wish list through the app, not to worry. The FCA, Federal Christmas Association, has hacked into the system and routed all wish lists to the North Pole. The claims that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cheated his way to the reindeer games was a nasty tabloid promoted on the news page of the app. Fortunately, the Christmas tree pole and the Christmas countdown were left unscathed.
Scientists will be reversing the hemispheres to its original state. FCA computer programmers have hacked into the app's interface and uncovered all the evil plans to ruin Christmas.
The mastermind behind this evil scheme is none other than Krampus. Krampus is a half-goat, half-demon, terrorizing children during the Christmas season. The app is officially shut down, and Krampus is in FCA custody. Due to the hard work of the Federal Christmas Association, Christmas has been saved.
But if you're affected by this app, please contact the number on the screen or go to this website. The FCA is determined to restore Christmas for every boy and girl. Despite the grand fiasco of Krampus' evil scheme to ruin Christmas, the gift of Christmas was gracious to a young newlywed couple. Traveling south to evade the melting ice caps, the young couple were also expecting their first child. In need of a warm bed for the night, the woman began to experience labor pains. I had the opportunity to meet the Good Samaritan who opened his doors to the family. Here's the story. A few days before the Christmas day, the gift was offered to a young newlywed couple. They were traveling down south to escape the melting ice caps, and the woman was expecting a child soon. A kind man offered his garage to the couple. Luckily, they found a shelter as the woman went through labor not long after their arrival. The man stated that the spirit of Christmas is about kindness.
What we need to do is be kind to each other. We need to be loving and sharing with what God has given to us. It can work, but so we need to be able to be sharing what you have and be kind to each other and love one another. Okay.
Make sure to share the spirit of Christmas this year.
Man.